top-scoring scorer for the Windward Islands in the tournament with 341 runs in 7 matches. In July of 2020, he was named in the St. Lucia Zouk squad for the 2020 Caribbean Premier League. Did you know that in December of 2020, Hodge was named in the West Indies Test squad for their series against Bangladesh? Did you know that in May of 2023, he was named in the West Indies One-Day International ODI squad for the series against the United Arab Emirates? Did you know that he made his ODI debut in the first ODI of the series on June 4th, 2023, becoming the second Dominican cricketer to make their one-day international debut for the West Indies after Alec Athanase? Did you know that in December of 2023, he was selected in the West Indies squad for the Test series against Australia? He made his Test match debut on 17th January at the Adelaide Oval in South Australia. Did you know that Hodge scored his maiden Test century against England at Trent Bridge in July of 2024, making 120 runs off of 171 balls? Did you know that Hodge was dropped from the West Indies earlier this year, but was recently recalled by Cricket West Indies for the upcoming Test series with New Zealand? Our focus today on Did You Know? Dominican West Indies cricketer Kevin Hodge. Did You Know made possible compliments of the good folks of Courts Dominica Limited. Up next, we'll bring you the DBS Major Morning News.
Like water flowing from the mountaintop, this is the sound of DBS.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
Good morning. In the headlines, the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force names Acting Sergeant Gavin James as Investigator of the Year. The Trinidad and Tobago government to roll out new crime-fighting initiative. The Pope calls on kidnappers in Nigeria to free 265 students and teachers after 50 pupils escape. And Central Cooperative Credit Union Jubla FC adds another title to their collection. The details follow.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica. And yes, we deliver fast. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. Call us at 255-6810 or 316-0164 or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe, Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
We thank you for joining us this morning. I am Ivona John Baptist Luge. First off in the news, the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force has named Acting Sergeant Gavin James as Investigator of the Year. James was among 37 outstanding officers recognized at the State House Conference Center last night as the police brought the curtain down on Police Week 2025. Inspector Simon Edwards was named Prosecutor of the Year in Roseau, and Acting Inspector Norman Alexander as Prosecutor of the Year in the Marigot District. Special Constable Albert Cuffey took the award for Special Constable of the Year in the Roseau area, while Constable Derrickson Fontaine of the CID received the award for Constable of the Year. Sherwin Mitchell of Roseau was named Corporal of the Year, and Sergeant Darwin Francis in the Granby District was named Sergeant of the Year. Inspector Lyndon Timothy copped the award for Inspector of the Year. The police presented special recognition awards, including Sergeant Boyd Yankee. A few weeks ago, an individual surrendered 9 firearms to Sergeant Yankee. 37 officers received awards at last night's ceremony. Meantime, United Nations representative in Dominica, Dr. Addis King, told the police awards ceremony that officers must be prepared for the challenges associated with policing in a new environment.
Dominica is changing. The world is changing. Policing is changing. And this moment demands officers who are not only brave, but adaptable. Not only disciplined, but compassionate. Not only trained, but ambitious. I challenge you, each of you, to continue pushing yourselves toward higher levels of professionalism. Continue embracing innovation. Continue building strong community partnerships. Continue cultivating trust, because trust is the most powerful tool any police force can possess. And above all, continue supporting each other. A strong force is not merely one with strong individuals. It is one with unity of purpose. Members of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, your nation sees you, your nation values you, and your nation depends on you. We are grateful for your service, your sacrifices, your unshakable commitment to protecting this beautiful nature isle we call home.
UN representative in Dominica, Dr. Addis King, Minister responsible for finance, Dr. Irving McIntyre, represented Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit.
Policing in any democracy is a noble but demanding duty. It requires vigilance, professionalism, fairness, and restraint. It requires physical courage, moral character. It requires the ability to remain calm under pressure, compassionate in crisis, and consistent in upholding the rule of law no matter the circumstances. This is why tonight's ceremony is so important. We honor those among you who have gone above and beyond, those who did more than what was required, who demonstrated exemplary teamwork, problem solving, leadership, and public engagement. Those who through their conduct and their commitment have brought pride to the uniform that you wear. To the awardees, I offer heartfelt congratulations. But I also want to say this: the award you receive tonight are not only for individual excellence, they are also symbols of responsibility. They serve as reminders that others look to you as examples, junior officers, your colleagues, and the citizens that you serve. They remind you that leadership in policing is not only about rank, it is about conduct, character, and consistency in the execution of your duties.
Minister for Finance, Dr. Irving McIntyre. Housing Minister Melissa Skerrit says governments will maintain a policy on housing which addresses the needs of the underprivileged. Her comments came while handing over 69 new resilient homes constructed under the World Bank Government of Dominica Housing Recovery Program at Windsor Park on Friday.
That is precisely why governments must act decisively, compassionately, and boldly. This is what defines us. And though the naysayers may shout, we remain focused on serving the needs of the people, including those who criticize us publicly while benefiting quietly from the same systems that we are building. This type of action is what defines us as a government. Today is a testament of the efforts of this government. The model of community development and nation building under a common vision to build a climate resilient country. And this is our focus. It is our task because we have seen that under this project, 382 strong resilient homes built by locals, local contractors, in local communities, strictly local. The Housing Recovery Project is the first homeowner-driven housing initiative in the entire Caribbean. This means that the beneficiaries were fully involved in the process. They were hiring their own contractors, paying the contractors, in some cases purchasing their own materials. They were showing up on site, learning a thing or two, even learning to build a house, being part of the process. It was a community energy at its best. All contractors were strictly local, ensuring that every single dollar stayed right here and circulated within the communities.
Minister for Housing Melissa Scarrett, one of the organizers of the Mont John Riviere Syrique Reunion 2026, wants the event to have a long-lasting economic impact on the communities. Vice President of the Mont John Riviere Syrique Reunion, Colin Cuffey, says the reunion is properly planned to be able to contribute to various aspects of the community years after the event is over.
We want it to be different. We wanted our reunion to be a reunion, but we want to have a post-reunion committee. And because we want to keep that economic activity going for our communities and keep the visitors coming back without our reunion happening. So one of the things we had to do, Nigel, was to take a step back. And I told you, we don't want to make it a science experiment, but we have to have some type of structure. And that's when we develop our mission, our vision, our theme, and we have everything well documented, our goals, and then we have our charter. And so we did it like a project, like a true project, because again, we're building something not just for next year, but for the years beyond. And if not wrong or someone not wrong, they can pick up that playbook and continue right where we left off. So it was a lot getting into it, but with technology, we have our website built. We're selling our packages on our website. We have that backbone in place. If I'm not here, someone not there, and then so yeah, it was a lot of planning, but we wanted to have a solid foundation to build on that, because once we have that structure in place, the rest of it is a breeze.
Vice President of the Mont John Riviere Syrique Reunion, Colin Cuffey, on Connecting the Dots on Saturday. The reunion will be held from July 3 to 11, 2026. Among the activities are networking and mentorship night, wellness day, folk night, island tour, Kalaloo and Roots Festival, Lapo Cabwits and Market Day, and Oldie Goldies. And the Kiwanis Nature Island Club has been called to action to increase its membership. The club took part in a meeting in Martinique. News reporter Leila Langford is in Martinique and filed this report.
The 27A Creole Caribbean Amazonia Division Council meeting, DCM, of the Kiwanis Club International, which was held in Martinique, has come to an end. This year, Dominica was represented by a 5-member delegation at the 3-day conference. The Kiwanis Club is a global organization of volunteer members dedicated to serving children and communities around the world. Members of the Kiwanis Nature Island Club described their experience at this year's conference.
Attending the Kiwanis DCM under the theme Fuel the Passion, Change the Game was truly an inspiring experience for me. The event reminded me why service matters and how powerful our collective energy can be when we put our passion into action. Hearing from the other leaders and clubs motivated me to think bigger, and it has also ignited the passion in me to push not only myself, but the Kiwanis Nature Island Club of Dominica even further. I have left the DCM feeling encouraged to bring new ideas to my club and approach service with a renewed sense of purpose.
Over the weekend, I was given the opportunity to attend a DCM on behalf of the Kiwanis Nature Island Club of Dominica. This DCM, which is my first DCM, was an exciting and enlightening experience. As a member and executive of the Kiwanis Nature Island Club of Dominica, I believe it is my responsibility to take any initiative to help the club grow and become a substantial club both locally and regionally. At this DCM, we were taught how to become influential leaders, but we were also taught what it means to be an influential leader.
The 3 days of training at the District Council meeting under the theme Fuel the Passion and Change the Game has been a remarkable one. The training and knowledge we have received will also serve as a beacon of hope to help us fulfill the promise we have made to the Kiwanis Club, the children and families that we serve. Regardless of the trials and circumstances we will face, we must not give up. We must keep the faith and we must keep pressing on in everything that we do. We need to put the children of the world at the top in helping creating a better future for all.
Members of the Kiwanis Nature Island Club, Lisa Francis, Treasurer, Dana Labadie, Secretary, and President Mary Winston. Leila Langford, PRO of the Kiwanis Nature Island Club, reporting live in Martinique for DBS News.
Thank you, Leila Langford, for that report. In news from the region, the government is preparing to roll out a major initiative in the coming days to combat crime across Trinidad and Tobago. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander said the measure is the first in a yearly initiative the Kamla Persad Besessa administration intends to implement as part of its crime-fighting strategy. While he did not go into details about the upcoming program, Alexander said it will be reviewed regularly and adjusted wherever necessary. He acknowledged the public's frustration with the country's crime rate and urged citizens to support the effort. 50 of the 303 children abducted from a Catholic school in north-central Nigeria's Niger state have escaped captivity and are now with their families, the school authority said Sunday, as the Pope called for the immediate release of those still missing. The school children, aged between 10 and 18, escaped individually between Friday and Saturday. A total of 253 school children and 12 teachers are still being held by the kidnappers. Meanwhile, 38 worshippers kidnapped during a deadly church attack in central Nigeria's Kwara State have regained their freedom. Pope Leo has called for the immediate release of the school children and staff of the school, saying at the end of a mass in St. Peter's Square on Sunday that he was deeply saddened by the incident. That's news. Sports is next.
Ever wondered what's in your milk? These are the following benefits of Distinction Milk. It's a great source of calcium and protein, vitamin A and D added. It's definitely not a filled milk like some of the other brands. Distinction Milk texture and taste is great for shakes, baking, pouring cream, and a side for mashed potatoes and much more. Even better, because of its rich texture, Distinction evaporated milk can be stretched. Isn't it great to know what's in your milk? Distinction Milk, distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe, Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from NBD.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your more banking password or share your card PIN, CVV, or other sensitive information this way. Stay alert. Stay secure. When in doubt, contact NBD, your partner, your bank.
Welcome to the Morning Sports Report. Central Cooperative Credit Union Dubla FC continued to show their dominance in 2025 as they added another title to their collection on the weekend. Dubla made light work out of Valvoline United on their way to lifting the DFA Premier President Cup on the weekend. Dubla took the match 4-1 in front of a huge crowd at the DFA Technical Center. Travis Joseph got 2 goals and Odell Laville and Braille Thomas added another one for Dubla, while Roosevelt Copel scored the lone goal for We United. Central Cooperative Credit Union Dubla FC head coach Malcolm Bertrand says it was not the best performance, but he is happy with the trophy.
Well, the game wasn't our best game, I would say that. We are not very fit. As you could see in the first half, United was dominating us. But I mean, we had a game plan to manage the game, and we did well managing the game.
What are some of the turning points in the match for you tonight?
Well, we always want to get the first goal. So we know they were fitter than us. We agreed to that, and we all decided the first goal will change the game. Once we get the first goal, then everything got a little easier.
Yeah, Travis Joseph really special, as always, for you up front.
Well, he's special, but he cannot play by himself, and the team is giving him good service. And we are happy that he's taking his chances this year. So all in all, it's a good team performance to see out this game.
Comfortable scoreline in the end, but defensively, you guys really put in a good shift, I should say. Giovanni Xavier again was really exceptional back there. He's one of the candidates for man of the match.
Well, yeah, Giovanni had a good game, but we had young Cassidy in the first half who did everything he asked him to do, and we focus on our defensive training this week because we said we're not fit, so we defend properly, and that's what we did tonight, defend properly.
Let's talk about this championship trophy, Malcolm. Another one for the Dubla team. You guys seem to be making it a habit.
Well, we like to win. We lose a lot back in the years, and we have learned from our mistakes. So right now, we're just enjoying the winning streak. That's it. We put in the work, and we hope to win, and that's what happens.
Central Cooperative Credit Union Dubla FC head coach Malcolm Bertrand. Dubla captain is Braille Thomas.
We always know it will be a physical game, very intense game, because United, known for their fitness, known for their physicality. It was just a matter of executing our game plan, which was keep the ball and take most of our chances, and that's what we did tonight.
Yeah, We United sort of had the momentum in that first few minutes of that first half. So how did you guys sort of weather that storm and take control of the game?
Well, our coach say one thing that will bail us out tonight. They will be a fitter team than us, but we have to use our experience. Normally when a team down, it's like they don't have nothing to lose. You understand? It was 3-0 and then to get 3-1, so there's going to be energy. So you just have to take a distinct from the game. So on the game, by doing that, kicking the ball outside, taking our time and throwing corners and keeping the ball, keeping the ball is the main defensive thing you have to do, because once you have the ball, they can't score. So that was just the main thing, and then putting away our chances. I mean, second half we didn't create as much chances as first half, but we're thankful for the win.
Real, another trophy for the club, and of course, undefeated this campaign. Your thoughts overall on the Dubla season?
Well, as I said, last season was our best season. I still sticking to that because of the brand of football we play. Yes, we won more things and we met our achievements in terms of going undefeated. But I would say this season was a very hard season for us because, games for the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, we probably had one man on the bench because of injuries and men travel. So we just saw the resilience in the team.
And that was Central Cooperative Credit Union Jubla FC captain Brielle Thomas.
Well, I know why we lose the game. It's just that we fell out of goals. We had some silly mistakes at the back. But 3 goals doesn't count into the amount of goals we actually got opportunities we got and we basically threw it.
The last 4 results against Jubla have not gone your way. Do you think it's something now mentally that you guys just can't get over that hump?
Yeah, I think it's a mental situation. Out of experience, some of them goals that they score, is our opponents. I'm not trying to be biased, but there was a lot of holding and shoving and stuff. And I guess champions are champions. They always get a little nod, but at the end of the day, when it comes to the energy and the fight, I feel like we knock more balls and move the balls in the space better. They were more looking for the long ball, and it kept working because we were just making some silly mistakes, and they capitalized on it.
And that was Valvoline United player Lennon Banis. Travis Joseph was named the man of the match. Jubla received the trophy and $5,000 for the win. We United got medals and $3,000 for second place. Meantime, Sagicor Southeast came from a goal down to snatch third place out of the hands of the Roosevelt's carried Bombers. The Bombers were well on their way to the third place prize, but Southeast got the equalizer in the dying stages of the second half and then put 3 goals past the Bombers in extra time to walk away with a 5-2 win. Yannick George, Jocelyn Prince, Sidney Lockett, Cheston Prosper, and Shem Abraham scored for Southeast, while Antoine Larocque and Usher George converted for the Bombers. Alicia Prince was in charge of the Southeast team.
Well, it feels very good, I must say. The team showed great resilience. They fought hard, and they always fought like we stood a chance. Portsmouth created a number of chances, I must admit. They didn't capitalize. We ourselves, we created some chances, and like you say, just on the stroke of halftime, we managed to get an equalizer, and it just built the momentum for us.
I know, of course, at certain points, there were some nervous moments there. What would be some of the points from the game that you think that the team can still improve on?
Well, our defense hasn't been really good for, just call it the entire season, because we conceded a number of goals, and I think we need to do much better. We need to be more composed on our ball. We need to be more comfortable, and we just need to continue working together as a team, because it have times in the games where you can see the players are getting frustrated. So it kind of breaks down certain players, the attackers, the midfielders, and then, we just have to boost each other up. I think we need to improve on that.
Sagicor Southeast assistant coach Alicia Prince. Southeast received medals and $2,000 for third place. In some more football news last weekend, defending Women's Premier League champions, the Roosevelt's carried Bombers Starlights put 7 past South City. Jessica Pierlui and Patricia Pierlui scored twice as the Bombers won 7-0. In other results from the Women's League, Harlem defeated the New India Goodwill Runners 2-1. Kiana Francis and Ilhana St. Rose scored for the Harlem team. Nickel Hector got the lone goal for the New India Goodwill Runners. And Southeast and the Kalinago team played to a goalless draw. And in the Under-18 Boys League, Bafa stayed with the BAA Sharks 7-1. Kurjan Israel got a hat-trick in that match. Former West Indies captain Craig Brathwaite hit a half-century to guide the Barbados Pride to a comfortable win over the Windward Islands as the CWI Regional Super 50 Overs tournaments continued on Sunday. The Windwards batted first and could only get 137. Teddy Bishop got 28 and Stefan Pascal 22. Kemar Smith bagged 5 for 25 for Barbados. Barbados replied with 138 for 3 in 24.1 overs. Craig Brathwaite made 59 not out and Zachary McCaskey got 47. Barbados won by 7 wickets. In other results, Trinidad got the better of Guyana. Guyana posted 196 batting first, with Gudakesh Moti getting 65. Terrence Hines picked up 3 for 18 and Ricky J. Paul 3 for 29. Trinidad were 106 for 4 after 21.2 overs when the match was stopped due to rain. Tion Webster got 31 and Jade Goley 29 not out. Trinidad won by 8 runs via the Duckworth-Lewis method. Meantime, the match between the Leewards and Jamaica was abandoned without a ball being bowled. Joel Dura got a 5-wicket haul and Dion Roll was amongst the runs as players continued to try their best to impress the selectors at the Benjamins Park last weekend as Dominica puts together its national 23 cricket team. The Jed Joseph 11 took first knock and were bowled out for 104. Dion Roll made 42 and Luvio Charles 21. Joel Dura picked up 5 for 28 and Malachi Xavier 4 for 13 for the Kyron Phillip 11. In reply, Darren Tuse got 32 not out and Malachi Xavier also added 32 as the Kyron Phillip 11 made 105 for 7 in 21 overs to win by 3 wickets. Kester Lestrade got 2 for 30 and Jelani Joseph 2 for 12 for the Jed Joseph 11. And the parliamentary representative for Portsmouth, Fenella Wenham Shepherd, says the proposed track facility and Olympic-sized swimming pool at Point Round will help create many opportunities for not just athletes but for the town of Portsmouth. Governments, the Dominica Athletics Association and World Athletics are partnering to construct the facility. A master plan for the site is expected within the next few weeks.
We're more than elated to be the home of this development, this sporting development, a mega one at that. And what does it mean for Portsmouth? Our socioeconomics, that's what I like to speak to always. The benefits to the people, first and foremost, the job opportunities that will be made available. That is paramount. We have a number of skilled laborers and professionals within the northern space, not just Portsmouth. As we said, it's a national project, so it extends to our contractors and developers as well from the north. And the spillover, it goes into the families. So, of course, you have happier families, more stable units as well. So that is important to us. And for our athletes, well, it's a home. That's what I like to describe it as. I know they will take care of the facility. I know our athletes, and it is something that they have waited for a long time, and they're really excited, and that is why you would have seen a few of them here to represent that interest. They didn't just come for show, it's serious business. And if we're looking towards the future of sports in Dominica, like the minister said earlier, this is probably the one missing piece. We know that we're capable of producing exceptional athletes, and with this facility here, it's even better for them. They get to feel what it is like before having to actually travel. So that definitely puts the athletes at an advantage. It puts our country at an advantage.
And that was Parliamentary Representative for Portsmouth, Fenella Wenham Shepherd. On that note, we end the DBS Morning News and Sports. A quick recap of the headlines. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force names Acting Sergeant Gavin James as Investigator of the Year. The Trinidad and Tobago government to roll out new crime-fighting initiative. The Pope has called on kidnappers in Nigeria to free 265 students and teachers after 50 pupils escape. And Central Cooperative Credit Union Dubla FC adds another title to their collection. Join us at 1:15 for another package, major news package. Before that, at 11 for a news update. On behalf of the news and sports departments, our links personnel Hazari Williams, I am Ivona John Baptist Luge. Good morning.
Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Here's a quick tip from NBD.
A quick tip from the National Bank of Dominica Limited. Scammers may send fake emails or texts. Remember, NBD will never ask you to reset your more banking password or share